What's going on, guys? What is virtual real estate investing? We all hear that term thrown around at one point or another whenever you're starting your real estate investing journey. Well, to be quite frank, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's investing in real estate virtually, meaning you are finding the deals online. You are buying these properties without even seeing them, and you're placing tenants in these properties without even meeting them face to face. Sounds great, right? Well, obviously, you probably already thinking about there's some red flags going up in your mind. Well, let's get into those and how you can actually start investing in real estate virtually. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you some key things to look out for whenever you're doing this so you don't get burned. Let's jump into it. If you're new here, my name is James Holloway and I'm primarily a real estate investor. My mission here on YouTube is to help you achieve your financial freedom through real estate investing and other money-making strategies. So if you like those things, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel and turn on bell notifications, meaning you click that little bell button so you get notified every single time I upload a new YouTube video. If you're wondering how I know how to invest in real estate virtually, that's because my very first investment property, I did just that. I never saw it in person before I bought this property, and honestly, the first time I saw the property in person was whenever I flew down there and I got the tenant to sign the paperwork face to face. And now I had over 3,000 people wanting to become my tenants. And there's gonna be a video popping up over here talking about how I did that and how I was able to get so many qualified people wanting to rent from me. Now let's get into some things that you can actually be doing right now to start your journey in investing in real estate virtually. After this, we're going to be going over some key things that you're going to want to look out for whenever you're investing in real estate virtually. So just like any beginning stages of investing in real estate, you're going to need to get pre-approved from a bank, and my suggestion is to contact local banks in the city, the market that you're wanting to invest in. Why? Because whenever you're dealing with local banks, there's minimum requirements compared to if you're going to a big bank like Chase, Wells Fargo, or any other banks like that. So whenever you're getting these rates, you're most likely going to get better rates with a local bank than a Chase or Wells Fargo. And also finding local banks to connect with, it's so important because a lot of the times you're going to get some internal rates if you've already built that relationship with them. The next thing you're going to want to do is get set up with an automatic email listing with a real estate agent. Now, you're going to want to have a good relationship with this agent because they're going to be your boots on the ground, and I'll get into what that means in a little bit. Now, what are automatic email listings? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's an automatic email listing of a property that just hit the market. So you're getting these properties before they even hit Zillow or Realtor.com or Trulia.com. You're getting these properties before they even get synced up with those websites. So you're going to be the first person to see these properties hit the market. And that is powerful because if you're the first person to see a property, you're the first person to get your agent inside the property, shoot some videos for you, and you're going to be the first one to make an offer. That's powerful. So how do you do this? So first thing I want you to do is Google real estate agents inside the market that you're wanting to invest in, and you're going to pick the top 3 rated real estate agents that you see. Now, after you have those 3 real estate, you're going to pick up the phone, and here is the script I want you to say. Hello, Mr. Real Estate Agent. My name is James Holloway, and I was wondering if you can get me set up with an automatic email listing. And of course, they're going to say, of course. Now, some things that they're going to ask you is, how many beds, how many baths, how much square footage. This is going to be based off of personal preference, but in my experience, these are the best practices. So here we go. Hello, Mr. Real Estate Agent. My name is James Holloway, and I want to get set up with automatic email listings. Oh, of course, Mr. James Holloway. Yeah, so I want a minimum of 3 bedrooms. I want a minimum of 2 bathrooms, a minimum of 1,000 square feet, and a maximum purchase price of X. Whatever number that your market is, whatever the average is, go a little bit above that, and that's the purchase price you're going to say. I don't want to pay above this purchase price. And why is that? Why don't you want to pay above the average? And that's because if you're paying above the average, there's a few different reasons. One is there's a smaller amount of people, there's a pool of people that are going to buy that property in the future whenever you decide to sell because it's already above market. And now also you're giving yourself vulnerability to a market crash. So let's say you pay $300,000 for a property compared to a $200,000 property. Now you're more vulnerable to a market crash, because if a market crash is about 10-20%, that on 10% of $300,000, that's 30 grand. Now, if it's 10% on 200 grand, that's 20 grand. So you're just protecting yourself whenever you're doing it this way. And you're also going to want to tell this agent you want these properties to hit your email inbox as soon as they hit the market. And here's why you want to be very specific about this, because a lot of real estate agents will put you on an email listing, but sometimes whenever real estate agents will put you on this market, it will be a daily thing, meaning it'll bring in all the properties that have been on the market that day, that have been put on the market that day, and they're going to be sending it to you in one big email rather than as soon as it hits the market. After you're looking through your emails on your phone, you can just pick out, what properties you want to buy. And obviously you're going to want to run your numbers. So there's going to be a link down below to rentometer.com, and that is a website where you can just plug in an address, how many beds, how many baths, and what kind of property it is, and it'll tell you what rents will go for in that specific area. I use it all the time. I literally use it 5 to 10 times a day, because that's how many properties I'm analyzing every single day, and it's never failed me before on how much a property can rent for. So go ahead and click on that link down below, and it'll just take you straight to Rentometer. Anyways, after you run your numbers and you realize that this property is a good deal, get your agent inside that property to film it, because you're not there. You need the inside and the outside of the property filmed. And if you like what you see, make an offer. Now don't worry about the roof, the HVAC, because whenever you make an offer and it gets accepted, you're going to be doing an inspection, and they're going to be the people that actually go in there and test out all this stuff and see if it's up to date or if it needs to be replaced in the next 5 years. If you're getting value out of this video, hit that like button, turn it blue so that YouTube guys know that this video is worth watching, because I really believe that people need to know this information so that I can help them achieve their financial freedom through real estate investing. After everything comes back and you're comfortable with continuing on with the property, you just buy it. And once you have it, you're going to want to market that to tenants via Zillow, via Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace. And again, that video for advertising your rental property, how you can get 3,000 qualified tenants, that's going to be in the description down below. So go check out that video. It's honestly how I got 3,000 people to want to apply to my program. Now, if you stuck around, I promise you some key things to look out for whenever you're doing this, whenever you're investing in real estate virtually. Some obvious ones is you're not there. So it's a mental struggle, meaning that you're not there to actually touch this property. So it's a bit of a reckless type of strategy, but it still works. I'm a proven example of that. Another thing to look out for is you might have a shady real estate agent, meaning that they might see a crack in the wall. They might see a hole in the wall over there. But whenever they're taking a video, they might stop the recording right here, and you're never going to know if there's a crack or a hole in the wall. So I suggest that you get literally every corner of the property filmed, and it's on one big film. It's not cut and trimmed and all this and that to make it look pretty. No, you need to have the entire video. And I'm saying this based off of experience. I literally had a real estate agent film an entire property for me, and I was like, all right, cool, I want to make an offer on it. Then it was by my hometown, so whenever I visited home right before I bought the property, I got to take an in-depth look in person to what this actually was. And there was cracks in the wall. Some of the doors wouldn't even open properly. So it was not horrible things, but there's just things that as a beginner real estate investor that I didn't want to deal with. I just wanted a property that was really turnkey. All in all, this model of virtually real estate investing, it's super risky, but I'm a proven example that it actually can work. Again, if you want to know how to advertise your property the right way, where you can get a tenant inside the property within 3 days of you buying that property and having over 3,000 applicants, then there's going to be a video popping up over here or over here, and it's going to show you exactly how to do it and exactly how I did it. But until next video, guys, I'm out. See ya.